Hello, everyone, and welcome to JTV's Game of the Week. I'm Steve Ifantis.
And I'm Dave Klein Jr.
How you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing great, Stevie. It's been a while since I've seen you, man.
Yeah, it has.
The last time I saw you, you were saving soccer balls
Yes.
and playing soccer for the Extreme in Jackson, man.
I remember those days. Those
Yeah,
were good
man.
old days.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
We got an amazing matchup today. Jackson Memorial Jaguars versus the Freehold Township Patriots, I want to say.
Yep.
Patriots.
Patriots.
And boys and girls bowling. You know who their starters are for both teams?
Yeah, we can run through the lineup here. Jackson Memorial boys. We're gonna start off with Danny Alliance in the 2-hole. Chris Steppett. Bowling third is Trey Arico. Daniel Robinson. Andrew Klein is bowling fourth, and holding down in the anchor position is Danny Robertson. On the Freehold side, we've got Robert Havens leading off. Ryan Smith bowling second. Zachary the Z-Man Dorner is in the third hole. Bowling fourth is Brighton Boyce. And fifth in the anchor spot is Joseph Dominguez. So we'll talk a little bit more about some of these students' accomplishments, as we go through the broadcast, Stevie. But we've got some quite accomplished bowlers here, man.
Yes.
So are we covering the girls' side too?
As well.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So as we start off here, looks like we have the boys up, and Danny Elias is a two-hander, and he starts off strong. He gets this nice light mixer. So, hey, Steve, interesting that as Robert Haven goes up, he's also a two-hander. He gets a little light hit, doesn't get the wiggle that he was looking for. And comes Chris Steppett for Jackson. Nice smooth release, lets that ball roll, and he leaves the 10 pin. That's a good shot. He should clean this up, no problem. And here comes Robert trying to. That's a smart move, Steve. Just getting the 2 pins. That's a real tough spare.
Is that called playing for the count, I heard?
Yeah, that's getting the count. And that's important, especially when you're bowling against real good team as Freehold is. I should note, these are the 2 top teams in the division. Freehold only has 4 losses. They're in second place. While Jackson Memorial, they remain undefeated so far this year. So I know that Freehold's going to be gunning for them. And they definitely have the firepower to do it, too.
They were rivals last year, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And Trey Rico, another two-hander. Ball comes up a little bit light. So, when that happens, he's getting that ball in the oil a little bit too much, right? So he'll probably make a move, make an adjustment off of that, move his feet a little bit to the right on his next shot would be my guess.
I see.
So... And unfortunately, Ryan had a miss there. I'm sure he'll gather himself for the next frame, and he'll be fine.
Trey now up for his second hole. And he picks up the
covers
spare.
very easily, yeah. Nice. Slows the ball down a little bit so it reads the lane a little bit more to hook over there. And Zach, what a bad break. Bad break. So that's the good old... 4-6 split as Andrew goes up. Andrew also comes up light on that right lane. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, Steve, because to me right now, it looks like that left lane might be hooking just a little bit more than that right lane.
Yeah.
So as they move along in these matches, they're going to have to, keep an eye on that and make adjustments as they go.
They got to feel out the lanes.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to always, as a bowler, you're always looking at the motion of the ball. Where is it hooking on the lane? Is it hooking early? Is it hooking late? And then you make adjustments from there. There goes Brighton, boys. And man, what a great start for Brighton. Really good shot. Here comes Danny Robertson. And no problem for him. 10 back. Danny, one of the top bowlers in the state. He's got a 300 to his name. And Joseph Dominguez talking about top bowlers in the state. Joseph lets it go. Oh!
Just leaves that corner pin up.
That's a bad break. That's a bad break. That's a really good shot by Joseph. Bowler his caliber, he won't have any problem running this down. So Steve, they'll alternate lanes here. So Jackson's waiting for Joseph to finish up, and then they'll shoot over to lane 29 for the second frame, and Freehold will go over to lane 30.
I see.
So now they're probably paying attention to each other's games, and they probably realize the left lane's hooking a little bit more. So let's see if Danny makes the adjustment here on the left lane and Rob makes it on the right lane.
I never used to. Today we came a little early today to make sure how the lanes are oiled, and that was a pretty cool machine to see.
Right.
Like that's kind of
cool.
yeah,
absolutely. That machine really kind of levels the playing field.
Just taking a look at these two shots here.
Yep, and the right lane, as we said, is a little bit more juicy, meaning it's got some more oil on it, and that's why Rob came up light. So he's going to have to make the adjustment there. He went high in the first frame, came up light in the second frame. And okay, he got the wood. He got the wood. Wood's important. Chris Steppett up on lane 29. Oh, he goes high. Goes high. He gets the break, though. Gets the break.
Correct me if I'm wrong, right? A strike, you have the next two bowls, and then a spare, you only have the next bowl, right? To get points or pins?
That's correct.
Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
So in the scoring system, you get your 10 pins on a strike, and then you add your next two to fill that frame. Yes, very good. Che Rico, he comes up with a nice light mixer. Andrew Klein's coming up.
It's a nice curve right there, as you see. It's that number one pin and just knocks the rest.
Oh yeah, yep. That's why you have all those revolutions on the ball.
Andrew Klein up now.
Nice shot, nice shot. 10 back there. You notice all these higher end, these top bowlers, when they get to that foul line. See how Zach posted that shot, meaning he didn't fall off balance, right? That's very important in this game.
I see. As
we
you
got
see,
Daniel Robertson trying to throw a double here. Nice stroke there, and 10 back. Steve, that's what we call high flush. You see how high that ball went into, we call the pocket, the 1 pin and the 3 pin. That's the pocket on the right-hand side. So that really went in there real strong.
I see. So now we're waiting for them to finish up on the second lane.
Here comes,
second frame for
and there
Freehold.
comes Brighton. So he's a lefty, so his pocket's on the left-hand side. So instead of the 1-3, he's a 1-2 pocket right there. And he, no problem there, boy. He puts 10 back with authority. That was nice.
I love the sound it makes when you hear the strike pins. Like, it's just very nice. It's a satisfying sound. I don't know what it is about it, but it's very satisfying.
It's interesting you say that, because when you throw a real good ball, you'll notice a difference in the sound when it hits the pins, like that one from Mr. Joseph Dominguez. Yes. So that means he really got on that one, and he got the ball through the 3 phases that we need to get it through. That ball's got to skid, hook, and then roll. If it doesn't get through those 3 phases, we're going to have a problem when we hit the pins. And Danny Elias
on a turkey.
Woo! Gobble, gobble.
Yes. I played a little Wii Sports bowling here and there. I learned some techniques.
Absolutely. Let's hope that those balls don't go flying backwards on us.
And you're going to spin backwards.
All right. We got Chris Steppett up for Jackson. Nice, easy delivery, good follow through. Comes and he gets the light mixer. Great shot.
If you are just joining us now, this is Jackson Memorial versus Freehold Township Boys Bowling. It's been a great match so far.
Yeah, I mean we're off to a pretty hot start as Trey Rico throws a double.
As we'll take another look at this.
Left-hand lane, we've got Ryan Smith going for his spare, and no problem for Ryan Smith. Nice cover. Nice cover. Here comes Ange.
So we're going to take another look at this hit. Nice pickup there.
Nice spare. The ball touches both pins. No problem at all. As Andrew comes a little high on 30. Here comes Z-Man Dorner. He's looking for the cross hit, and he gets it. He gets that cross hit. There you go. So that'll bring up Brighton Boyce again. Andrew covers the 4-7, no problem. Have that ball hook into the pins. And here comes the only lefty on the pair, Brighton Boyce. Brighton posts his shot nicely too, and he blows the 5 into the 10. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Watch that 5 pin blow right into that 10 pin, man. That tells me he's got some real good rotation on that ball. That's a great shot. He's coming back and giving his fans a high five. There he is. He gives us a little love. That's my man. Brighton, he just took this sport up not too long ago. I think less than a year ago, Stevie.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and here comes Joseph Dominguez, and oh, good shot. Just a hair high. Just a hair high. And you can watch that 4. That head pin goes to the side wall, and it just misses that 4 pin. But he'll run this down. I think this was the second time he left a 4 pin on that lane, Stevie.
Yeah. So as you see, guys, the left lane, as you're saying, is helping out the bowlers a lot more than that right lane. There must be more oil on the right lane, so the rotations or curves are getting more messed up.
Yeah, it looks like it's what we like to say, the ball kind of wiggles down the lane a little bit.
I got you.
Instead of grabbing and making that left turn on the right lane. The left lane, no problem getting that ball to hook. Here comes Danny trying to get a 4-bagger. Throws it, just a little bit light. As we say, the left lane is hooking. Danny comes up light. So, you know, there's other factors into it. He could have not thrown the ball as good with his hand on the bottom, right? So if he missed that a little bit.
Here's that shot on the right lane.
And we got a little light hit on the right lane too. He got a nice break though, just to leave the 1 pin. This one's very makeable for Danny, but it looks like he was just going for the count. So, which again is smart. All right, no problem by Rob picking up that spare. All right, we got a close match here. It's a 40-pin match. Jackson Memorial right now up by 40. Well, that's a very slim margin. Oh, and Chris Stepic goes a little bit high. Looks like he may have slowed up on that ball a little bit, right? So that's why it overhooked a little bit. And now we got Ryan Smith coming up. Yeah. Yep, on the replay, you can see that just checked up a little bit early on him. Got Ryan coming up light on that right-hand lane. He leaves a 2-pin. Should be no problem for him. And I got to believe Chris Stepp's just going to be going for the wood at this point.
Oh, nearly.
Although it looked like he almost had that.
Oh,
wow. Good try by Chris Steppen. And, yep, Ryan covers that 2-pin, no problem, as expected.
He nearly had it, too.
That was such a great shot.
Yeah, that was. That just bounced off the back wall and nearly made it.
Here comes Trey Rico. He gets the light mixer. Very nice.
It's a nice
We got
strike.
Z-Man Dorner up. He misses out to the right just a little bit. He'll have no problem converting this. Andrew Klein's up. Comes up, little like, oh!
Got it.
He gets that 7-pin
Yeah.
out. That was fun. I wonder what pin took that one out. Don't forget a replay on that one. That was nice. No replay. That's right. We got Z-Man coming up here, and boom, no problem. Makes that conversion.
D-Rob working off a spare here.
D-Rob, yeah. Oh, little loft to try to get that through the heads. So that came up a little high. So D-Rob is really trying to fight that dry. So that's why he'll loft that ball in the air a little bit, Stevie. If you noticed, he got, oh, here comes Brighton. Oh, and that was such a great shot. That would have been a 4-bagger. Here comes D-Rob. No problem on the spare. You know, they'll switch balls to make spares sometimes. And the reason why they do that is they want their spare ball to go straight, right? They don't want it hooking like that strike ball. Right, just like that. See that ball, if that hooked a little bit at the end, he may have chopped the 1 pin off. And what a great conversion by Brighton after a nice 3-bagger and an unfortunate break for the 7-pin. It was such a good shot. There it is, and he switched to a plastic ball, right? Because he wants that ball to go straight down the lane.
Makes more sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have Donovan Klein walking here in front of us too. He's a member of the USA Regional National Championship team from 2022 of last year, which was pretty neat.
He's got 2 more years high school or 1 more?
Who's that?
Dom.
Donnie hasn't even started yet.
No, I said, does he have 2 more or 1 more till high school?
Oh, till high school. He'll be in high school next year.
Oh,
yeah.
so
yeah,
they lose a couple seniors, but they gained Don. That's a good.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and the Jackson Memorial team has a real nice feeder system. As Danny picks it back up again with a strike in the 5th frame. See if Rob can convert this. But Coach Gibson has done a remarkable job in recruiting players within the school, obviously. You know, he runs a program where in the summertime he invites anybody who wants to come out to bowl for Jackson to bowl for free every Friday. So it gives them an opportunity to get out on the lanes. Coach Gibson can check him out, give him some tips and pointers. And yeah, we're nice shot by Mr. Steppen over there. Beautiful. That's called 10 back. And then the left lane, we get a nice mixer from Ryan Smith.
It's a strike, basically.
Yeah, we're at a strike fest now.
Yes.
This is fun. So yeah, Coach Gibson, he's got a little feeder system going. I think that Memorial team's going to be good for a few years to come. Trey, talking about bowlers that'll be back next year. Trey Rico, he's only a sophomore. So we got 2 more. Jackson Memorial has 2 more years for Trey. And Trey is relatively new to the sport too, but you'd never know it the way he bowls. I mean, he's bowling like a veteran. He's got a high game of 278, which is pretty darn good. That's a strike in every frame but 1. We got Andrew Klein coming up and Z-Man Dorner trying to make his spare. And Andrew puts one high flush.
That must stink. You get all the way there, and then you realize, just 1 strike away from a perfect.
Just 1 strike. Yep, absolutely. But you know what? That's what makes those 300 games so special because they're hard. They're hard to get.
Yeah.
You know, you need a couple breaks, but you got to throw all good shots. There we go with D-Rob. Oh, D-Rob switched balls. And Brighton, he's up on the left lane. Our lone lefty has thrown 4 remarkable first balls. Bad break on the last frame. All right, little high, Steve. He may have gotten a little soft on that, meaning the ball was a little bit slower than normal. So that's why that ball's going to hook a little bit more.
I see.
And D-Rob makes the spare.
So you said that bowlers changed the balls for spares and strikes to pick up spares and pick up different formations. Do they change like to make the balls heavier just so they can have like different angles on the rotations of the curve? Like, do they do that as well?
Great question, and yes, they do. Like we noticed, D-Rob, he made a change on that right lane. Looked like he made a change to a ball that wasn't hooking as much. So, and that certainly worked because it really didn't even make it to the head pin. So he'll make a move off of that on his next shot. He'll probably move his feet 2 boards to the right, maybe 1 board to the right, depending on what he's seeing out there. But yes, many different balls on the market to accomplish what you're looking for.
I see.
And here comes Joseph Dominguez again. Joseph again, he's got at least one 300 under his belt. As he puts 10 back, Steve, he's just making those pins look like they're 2 ounces, man. Those pins are just flying. Now we got Mr. Danny Elias coming up again, trying to double up as Robert Haven is up for Freehold.
Goes a little low there.
Oh,
he went very low to the ground there.
A little low to the ground. He pulled that ball inside just a little bit.
As Daniel hits the strike.
Nice double here. Watch that ball go through the pins. See that ball goes straight through. It doesn't deflect. It tells you that he's throwing that ball with some power.
Oh, so close.
That was a nice try. All right, Robert Haven's going to have to shake that one off. He will. He's a high-level bowler. That's Mr. Steppen. He steps up.
Hits the double.
Delivers a strike. Yes, sir, a double. That one went through the pins nice, too.
I've been to some different bowling lanes. The newer bowling lanes don't have that little bar. It's just that cart. Do you know if that's a bar or is that just a free-moving carpet like there? Does it look like?
Okay, yeah. So that's a sweep. That's a sweep. So that's all lanes have that. You know, once you're done throwing the ball, you'll see it comes down, so that no pins go in front of it, and then it'll take care of any pins that are sitting there.
You see that bar?
Yeah, where it says Howell Lanes.
No.
Okay, yeah, so that's the
That one
back
right there.
part there is actually, that's just called the pit.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just a little shaker system there so that it allows the pins to move along. And there's a curtain behind there as well so that the pins don't go by there.
Because I seen a lot of bowlers trying to knock it off the curtain to try to hit the 710 or the splits of
Very
the
observant,
board.
absolutely.
Yes.
At 710, really, that's the only way you're going to make it is
Yeah.
throw it really hard at one of those pins.
And you got to have a little luck.
Yes, yes.
As D-Rob hits another strike there, and Memorial is up by about 100 pins on Freehold right now.
Yeah, it looks like we're at around 97. And Brighton, nice little light hit. Just can't get that 7 to go. They'll stay on this, though. You can see the girls in the background over there.
They're doing very well. They're almost up by 300 pins, looks like.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, it looks like Freehold's missing a couple of bowlers.
Yeah.
So
5-3-3 it looks like on the girls lane over there.
Yeah, so that's a little tough to compete when you only have 3. But you know what? I give them credit, Stevie. They're here, they're bowling. you know, and they're learning, you know.
Of course.
That's very important, very important. And hopefully they got a little feeder system over there too.
We have a first-year coach, and Mr. Van Heist took over for, I don't know who he was last year.
Oh,
took
okay.
over for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these coaches, they put a lot of time and effort into the game for these kids, you know. When they're not bowling matches, they are here practicing at Howell Lanes.
Now we entered the 7th frame.
Oh,
Ooh, another split.
That's a bad break for Rob. That was a really good shot off his hand.
That's going to hurt Danny in the long run. A little gutter there.
Little gutter, yeah. Yeah, that's normally just a little lapse of focus, a little lapse in concentration. He'll get it back, though. I mean, you know, it is a little bit more painful because if you go back to the scoring question, he's on a strike in the 5th frame, and his next 2 balls count towards that score.
5th frame.
So he gets 10 and 0, right? Instead of another 10 and 10 if he were to strike on that ball, right? So that's a big, big mistake. But he'll get it back. That's all part of the game, Stevie. If it was easy, everybody would be shooting 300s, right?
Yeah, of course.
We got Mr. Step It Up trying to get a turkey. Oh!
Very well done, Chris.
Nice ball. And here comes Ryan Smith.
Taking a look at it, just nice strike.
Beautiful. Ryan Smith, no problem with that 10 pin. So, if you look at the score, like you said, I mean, it says that Memorial's up by 77, but let me tell you something, as Trey splits, this game, you can pick up so many pins in one frame that you never give up.
Yeah.
You got to keep on grinding. Here comes Zach. Zach Dorner comes up a little bit light.
You could just have a bad game, and next thing you know is you're only down by 50 pins. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, Trey Rico gets the 2.
Freehold is keeping the differential very, very close.
Oh yeah,
It's only 77.
There's not any quit in that Freehold team. I know all those bowlers, and they are all very capable. All very capable of running down this deficit. As Andrew Klein comes up with a strike, looks like he's got a 4-bagger. Here comes D-Rob, Daniel Robertson, trying for the double on the right lane. Oh, he comes up high. And now on the left lane, you've got Brighton Boyce, who's going to try to capitalize on that. So Brighton's he's in 10th grade, so he's got 2 more years after this. He throws a very nice shot there. That's kind of a bad break. D-Rob takes care of those 3 pins.
Looks like he switched to a lighter ball on that one, it looks like.
Probably not a lighter ball, but a polyester or a plastic ball. Again, so that ball doesn't hook as much.
So it goes more straight, I understand.
Correct, absolutely. Otherwise, you risk chopping pins off if that ball starts hooking too much. And now Brighton does the right thing. He pulls out his plastic ball, and see how he just goes straight at it? His first ball really curves a lot to the right. That spare ball just straight at the pin. So gives him a better opportunity to run it down. Here comes Joseph Dominguez.
Looking to improve on his turkey.
Oh, the junior. He puts it in the pocket, but unfortunately that 10 pin doesn't go. Looked like a pretty good shot. He'll make a move off of that, though, Steve, because that ball went through the pins not exactly the way he wanted to. He got a little deflection on it, and that's the reason why that 10 pin stood up. So he'll make a move off of that. He switches to a urethane ball to make his spares. Joseph Dominguez, he actually won a junior gold tournament for when in the U12 division. That is a singles national championship where the top bowlers, not even in the country but around the world, participate. So that's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Danny Elias, he puts 10 back. So he comes back from that open frame, last frame. It's okay. Things are going to happen. And let me tell you something, Stevie, that is the worst break in bowling right there that Mr. Robert Havens just left. A solid 8-pin. That's called a solid 8-pin. And I don't know if we're going to get a replay on that, but that is just a terrible break. Here comes Chris Steppett. Boom.
Gets a strike.
Steppett brings it to 4 in a row. As Robert, he runs that down. No problem. Robert, his score's not real high, but he's not bowling bad. He's had 4 bad breaks this game. You know, he's got 4 big splits. So he'll come back. He'll make a couple of adjustments. Trey Arico up on the left lane. Ryan Smith on the right. What does Trey do?
Strike, baby.
Yeah. And there comes Ryan. Oh!
Another again, a standing 8.
Another 8. That's actually a 4-pin.
Oh, 4.
The 8-pin's a little bit to the right of that.
Yeah.
Right? That ball hit the 8-pin, right? As where Roberts went straight through and he just missed it. So, but that was a great shot by Ryan. Just a hair high. As Andrew Klein goes high flush and puts 10 back. So I expect Ryan to be able to run this down no problem. And, is that an announcer's jinx?
Maybe.
I hope not. I'm sorry, buddy. All right, bad break there. He'll recover. Here comes Daniel Robertson on the left lane. Zach Z-Man Dorner on the right lane. And 10 back for Daniel Robertson.
Every person in the 8th frame plays for Memorial just got a strike.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice
Yes.
that. Yes. Yes, I guess we can call that a star frame, right? And Z-Man, he just missed that one outside a little bit. So he'll try to come back and recover. This spare here, he'll throw just like his regular strike shot. And if he puts that where his strike ball would go, he'll make this. There you go, just like that. So that's a great recovery by Zachary Dorner.
Memorial has picked up a little bit of a lead on Freehold, but not by much. It's only up by 100. They were up by 77, so they did improve their lead, but Freehold is still keeping it a tight, close game.
Yeah, like I said, you can make up a lot of pins real fast in this game. Oh, and that's just a little bit of a bad break. He did go high with that, Stevie, but you always try, you hope that you could break up one of those pins, you know? So, but Brighton will go for the 2 pins here. Brighton has a high game of 279 under his belt as well. Brighton has, he's got the right name for this sport because his future's bright. No doubt about it. A lot of spectators here today too, which is always nice to see.
It's very nice.
Joseph Dominguez up on the right-hand lane. Looks like a nice shot. Yeah, and that time that 10-pin does not stand. Watch this 10-pin now, watch. That 6-pin goes to the side wall, touches it, says, see you later, 10-pin. Not today. All right, here comes Robert Havens. Nice 2-hander style ball. tries to hook up, but breaks up the split, so that's good. Unlike Mr. Danny Elias, basically the same hit there, right? Except Robert got the break on the 10 pin, where Danny's stood up. So Danny leaves the split. Robert's on a double wood spare here. Boom, no problem. Yeah, I mean, Robert, you know, if he didn't leave those splits, he'd be clean this game. You know, clean means fill in the frames, either getting a strike or a spare, right? All right, Danny gets the 2 pins. Oh, and Ryan Smith. What'd he do?
Strike.
Yeah. 10 back. Beautiful shot. Look at that. Those pins didn't have a chance.
That pin nearly stood.
They did try to stand up. And here comes Mr. Steppett. Oh! And that's called a stone 9. Zachary Dorner. He goes high. He doesn't get the break either. We get a look at the Jackson Memorial girls over there cheering each other on as well, as Chris just misses it just a little bit to the left. See, that's the benefit of throwing a straight ball. He threw a strike ball at that, right? So the last second you saw it.
It started to curve.
Yep. Now, if it was a plastic ball, it would have stayed on line.
Trey Rico up. Strike.
Well put, Stevie. Well put.
It's actually the one sport that a strike is good at.
That's right.
Baseball, you don't want strikes. You want balls and home runs.
Yeah, you don't want strikes in baseball. That's right. Andrew Klein. Oh, and he keeps the streak going. Andrew's now got 6 strikes in a row.
Girls are absolutely dominating Freehold girls. Up nearly 400 pins. Gianna Massey and Gianna D'Ambrosio, Amanda, all doing very well on the girls' side versus Freehold.
Yeah, and again, though, Stevie, it's tough for Freehold girls right now. They're down 2 bowlers, so it's hard to compete. But the team on Freehold right now, we have Lacey Holmes, Taylor Douglas, and Gianna Remo. And I hope I got that last name right. I'm pretty sure I did. For the lineup on Jackson Memorials, Amanda D'Ambrosio, Vanessa D'Souza, Presley Machado, Gianna D'Ambrosio, and Gianna Masse. So we're going to talk a little bit more about them. You know, we've got another 2 games to go after this. Yeah. So maybe we'll see, get some more shots of them as they're bowling, because there's some impressive numbers and some impressive bowling over there as well. As Robert Havens, again, gets unlucky and leaves a 9 pin. Danny Elias up for Jackson Memorial. He leaves a 10 pin.
And I believe he's done, right, in the 10th frame?
Yeah.
Or was that, no, that was his first.
We got
that was his
Gianna
first.
Masse just finishing up her 10th frame. But as we go down to look at the scores, there's some good scores there. You got Amanda D'Ambrosio with a 150. Vanessa's in there with a 107. Presley, she finished up with a 168. Gianna D'Ambrosio with a nice 206.
Danny Elias finished with 170 on the day for his first game. Nearly a 10-7 split for Rob, but saves it at the last second to get that 10 pin.
Got that 10 pin out. He finishes with a 144 game. I know he's not going to be happy with that, but it happens. And on the girls' side, Gianna Masse just finished with a strike and shot a 238. Outstanding.
Oh, Chris just can't get that 10 pin.
Ryan got his. What did he do, Stevie?
Strike.
Yes, sir.
Now, he does have the opportunity for 2 more bowls in the 10 frame. You do have the opportunity for 3 bowls in the 10 frame as long as the first one or the second one have complete the spare or strike.
That is right. Absolutely. That last ball is called a fill ball.
Chris trying to get to his fill ball. He would need to pick up this spare here. Oh, just missed. I think he used a strike ball again, and it just started to curve at the end.
Yeah, yep. That one was a miss to the left. So the Freehold girls side, again, a couple real nice games there. Gianna with a 190, Taylor with a 160, and Lacey Holmes, the senior, she had a little bit of a slow start, but she still pulled out a 107. So good for them. They're hanging in there. They're fighting. They're fighting. Trey Rico comes up a little bit light. Leaves a 2-8. That's called double wood, right? Because you can see the 1 pin that's in the front, and then you got one right behind it. So that's called a double wood.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Ryan just missed that last.
that was his fill ball. So, but he finishes with what, a 180. Very respectable.
Trey gets both of them to get to his fill ball, if I can speak.
Very nice. Very nice.
He's gonna take another look at it. Nice.
Boom. See that
Boom, boom.
ball drives right through, right? Gets both pins. Z-Man Dorner, he's coming up light.
Alrighty. Now Trey Rico on his fill ball here. Goes for his last and final shot of this game. He's gonna get an 8 on that.
Little 4-9 action there. That's a good ball. Just a little high on the pocket. That's all, but it's a good shot. So he finishes with a 206.
Andrew up now, working to improve on his 6 in a row strikes.
Oh.
Nearly get the 7th, but 2 pins would not knock down, unfortunately.
Yeah, it came up a little bit light on that one, Steve. A little bit light, and that's a good mixer by Brighton. Beautiful. So Brighton still has a chance to shoot 200 on the nose. You see he comes in light, but that head pin goes to the wall and does the damage. Andrew's going to give this a ride.
Oh, unfortunately.
Right.
Andrew's going to finish with a 225.
25 for Andrew.
Best score of the day so far.
It's a nice roll off Brighton's hand, and there he kicks out that 7 pin. What a nice shot. D-Rob. Oh.
That 10 pin would not just go down.
Stone 10 pin. Stone 10 pin. So if he converts this and strikes on his next ball, he'll have a nice 215 game. Now you know Brighton's looking to throw a strike here to get 200.
Of course.
All right? Nobody wants to ball 199.
Yeah, especially after having that little bad middle frame. The 5th and 6th frames were not his best.
But he made a real nice comeback. And that looks like a nice roll too. Push.
Gets it
What'd
for
he
the
do?
strike.
Yeah, he finished with that deuce. Good work by Brighton.
He finished with a perfect 200. Not a
There you
perfect.
go. He gives me the old thumbs up. I see Mr. Rob Havens saying hi to me too. Hey, buddy. Rob wanted me to tell everybody that he beat Andrew in a doubles tournament. He beat Andrew Klein last year.
As D-Rob picks up his strike to get a 215. Finished 215 on game 1. And they're just going to wait for Joe to finish on Freehold side and start game 2. And he gets strike. Jackson Memorial has over 1,000 pins knocked out in that first game alone.
Yeah, so they average over 200 as a team. That's usually your goal. It's almost like golf, right? You got par. You almost try to look at 200 as par, right, in bowling. And if you go plus or minus that 200, that's normally how you're looking at. And
strike two
ball. Look at him go. Punches out. Last shot, if he gets this, he'll shoot a 237, Stevie. That'll be a highest game on the pair. I just got a text from one of my fans, my brother-in-law. Shout out to John. John's a big supporter of bowling in the Klein family. Uncle John loves his nephews, always rooting them on.
Oh, the standing 10 pin just snubs him of another strike.
That's all right. That's a great game by Joseph.
Are they going to take a short, minute to think things over and then start game two? As you see the scores up there.
Yeah, so Freehold shot 9-10. I mean, that's not a bad score at all.
Only down by 96 pins. As you say, you can pick up pins left and right in bowling. So Freehold has definitely kept this game very competitive to keep them in the match.
No doubt about it. At no point was it a given that Jackson Memorial was going to win that game. And now the good news, too, is for Freehold.
As we see a little shot of the girls here.
Or JV.
That's JV, boys.
And we're panning, and now we got Danny Elias. We tried to trip that 4-pin out, but no luck.
Well, you were about to finish. What were you about to finish?
Yeah, so what I was saying is the good news for Freehold, or any team that loses the first game, is those scores don't carry over. So now it's 0-0 in the second game. And trust me, Freehold's going to make a run at this. They're gonna try to get these next two games, and that's they want to win. They want to beat these guys. So as they should, they're in second place. They want to try to get the first place spot, and they have the manpower to do it, as Ryan Smith shows.
Very, very two competitive teams, arguably two of the best teams in the state. And we will be seeing them fight it over for the next month as the season continues for both teams.
Absolutely. And the one thing about bowling is that you always, good shot by Chris. You always see these teams improving. Week by week, they're always learning, and they are practicing what they learn, and they never give up. I've been in this industry for a long time, and these bowlers, these athletes, if they want to do it, they're going to put their time and energy into it, and they're going to make changes to be successful. So
Chris.
Freehold's not going anywhere, I promise you. Only up. Chris Steppen once again misses left. Here comes Zach. Z-Man, no problem. Picks up the stick.
Taking a look at beautiful hit there.
No problem. Trey Rico. It seemed like it's kind of a bad break. I mean, it was a little bit high on the head pin, but it didn't look that high. But the pin said otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So watch this. All right, he hits the 1-3, but it just didn't seem like it went through the pins right. So he'll take his plastic ball out. He's just going for 2 pins here, Stevie. I saw.
Nearly. It just went right behind it. I think. Let's take a look at this.
Let's see. What do we got?
Oh, it's very
so
close. Very close.
Here comes Andrew. There's 220 game, and wow, looks like those lanes are breaking down. So what happens, Steve, is when they come in, as you mentioned, they put fresh oil on the lanes. You said you saw the machine running down. So as the balls go down the lane, it starts to eat away that oil.
Of course.
Right?
Makes sense.
So now you can see Andrew's ball went a little bit high there, whereas in the first game, just missed by Bright. Whereas in the first game, that ball didn't hook as much. So Andrew's going to have to make a move to the left. He will. He'll figure it out.
That's the one thing good about bowling is you have so many frames. You have 10 frames and 3 games. So what's not working, you just keep trying, and then once you find what's working, you keep it for the rest of the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it is truly a team sport because these bowlers, they talk to each other. You know, Andrew, I guarantee you, came back to his team and said, great shot by Daniel Robertson. He said that, hey, I threw that pretty good off my hand and it took off. So that means the lanes are breaking down. So he'll give them a heads up to move, right? Before they even throw their ball, as Joseph Dominguez throws 10 back. No problem for Joseph. Joseph, one of the top bowlers in the state, even around the country. He got mentioned in, along with some of these other bowlers, but in the USA Today poll as a top 50 bowler in the country. So that's pretty impressive. And Danny puts 10 back. What do you do, Steve?
Strike!
Yes, sir. Yeah, Ryan throws a pretty good shot there. Just leaving one pin. Chris Steppets up on the approach, throws it, and no problem.
Strike! By Chris Steppet there. Taking a look at it. He's in the pocket because he hits the 1 and 3.
That's right, Stevie, absolutely. And his ball really drove through those pins. You saw there was no deflection there. That's what you're looking for on these bowling balls. And that's no problem for Ryan Smith. No problem at all.
Strike there by Trey Oiko.
Putting 10 back again. We'll see it here. That ball. Oh, they teased us on that one.
Had a little technical difficulties there.
And Z-Man, he puts 10 back. He's got a strong start to this game with a spare strike. As Andrew steps up. Now you notice Andrew changed bowling balls. He switched to a ball that doesn't grab as much on the back end. It's a little smoother. That was his move off his last shot.
Yeah, probably because he's seeing that the oil is probably being eaten away, so he doesn't need that much of a hook anymore.
Precisely. And Brighton, boys, he gets a break on the Brooklyn side.
That was a weird curve there for a second.
Big hook. He knows how to hook it, as does Daniel Robinson. These boys that throw with two, and girls that throw with these two hands, they really know how to hook that ball, Stevie.
Would you say it's more of an advantage to throw with two hands or one?
I would absolutely say if you can throw the ball with two hands, you have an advantage.
Alrighty.
Couple of reasons. One and foremost is usually when you're bowling with one hand, if you have an issue getting out of the ball, what we call clearing the thumb, as Joseph Dominguez, comes a little light. Usually you have an issue with that thumb, right? Sticks sometimes, falls out.
Yeah.
Got to put the right amount of tape in, take it out. Two-handers don't use your thumb, right? So you take that out of the equation, and the two-handers could also put their hand in a very strong position to allow themselves to get more revolutions. So definitely an advantage. It's not for everybody, though. And he gets the wood. Oh, look, there's little Mikey Fogarty, everybody. Good to see you, buddy. All right. Robert Havens, I told you he was going to pick it up.
Looking for a double, and he gets it.
That ball traveled a country mile to get back to the pocket. Oh!
So does Danny Elias, both getting strikes.
Danny and Rob start out 9 spare double. Ryan Smith up trying to keep it going. And,
Standard 9 it looks like.
Yeah, you got a little high, you got a nice little break there. So breaks are always welcome in this sport.
Chris Steppett just can't get those 2 corner pins to
He
fall
went a little high
right now.
too, Stevie.
Shooting for the spare now for Chris Steppett here.
And gets that one, no problem, Stevie. Here comes Z-Man. He needs that to hook.
No hook. Chris did need that for his confidence. For a couple in the last game, he couldn't pick up the last couple spares in those last couple frames. That's gonna give him a little more confidence. Pick up those spares.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a good point because in this game, confidence is everything.
Yeah, of
Steve.
course.
Confidence is everything.
You got shaky confidence, you don't get more power, you don't have more accuracy, all that stuff.
That is correct, absolutely.
Zach's going for the spare, and he gets it.
He is an excellent spare shooter. I follow him, and I actually coach him. His strong point is definitely shooting spares. Does not miss many. Doesn't miss many. As he looks back at his coach, I give him a thumbs up.
As Trey going for the count.
That's right. And here comes Brighton. Brighton boys averaging 190 on the nose right now, 190, which is quite impressive considering he just started bowling as we mentioned, and that's a real nice shot. Andrew Klein up on the lane, doesn't like the shot. He gets very fortunate to get 9 pins on that.
Gianna Massey going for the strike, and she just gets a bad break on that
high
ball.
There. Comes Brighton. Got a little soft on that one.
As Andrew goes to pick up, this should be relatively easy.
All right. 9 spare for Andrew. So he starts 8 spare, strike 9 spare. And now we have Joseph Dominguez. He's averaging 225 on the year, which is very impressive. That's a nice shot there. Just didn't want to come up, though. Just didn't want to come up. I see he made a little move to the left, Stevie. May have moved maybe one board too much. And Daniel Robertson, he gets a
strike.
And that would be a turkey.
Turkey.
Yes,
Gobble,
sir.
gobble. That's a great hit of the ball, and pins just go flying everywhere. As you said before, Jackson, before that strike, was previously down in the differential of this game. They were down 224 to 216. Now they are up 236 to 224.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, one frame can make a huge difference. And, I mean, you could see it swing the other way in this next frame. You just never know. And, oh, that's an unfortunate break. That was a pretty good shot there by Rob. Danny Elias goes up.
Gets the strike. And that's a turkey for Daniel Elias.
Ah, turkey. Who's that? Roberts? Oh, and then there's Danny. Okay. Yeah, Roberts, that was a bad break for Robert. He'll pick this up, no problem. That's a 5-pin, middle of the lane. The caliber of these bowlers, they're going to make 99 out of 100 of those.
And Chris goes from the spare to the strike, which he desperately needed there to push him up to 49.
Beautiful off his hand. Here comes Ryan Smith again, and he says, see ya to those 10
Strikes.
Yes, sir.
And Trey gets the strike as well.
Trey Rico, another one of these bowlers that have come a long way in a very short period of time. And here comes Z-Man. He hits the pocket, and they go down.
And he's bowling 9 spares, strike, 9 spares, strike.
Yeah.
As Andrew Klein gets the strike as well to push his team further in the lead.
They are Andrew Klein and Zachary the Z-Man Dorner. They're on the same pace, right? 20,
Yes.
40, 60.
Yeah.
All right. And here comes Brighton, the lone lefty. He's looking for the cross.
Gets it.
He gets it. He's going to take that one. I think he's going to probably make a move as D-Rob gets the front 4.
And we get a strikeout in the 4th frame while every Memorial player gets a strike.
Oh, we got another star frame.
Yes.
They have a star frame. Here comes Mr. Dominguez. Lets it rip. Nice ball. Those pins don't stand a chance sometimes with him, huh, Stevie?
Now, I have a question for, as Freehold got a spare strike, as we said Memorial has a star frame, what would you call, since they got them all, they got all 10 pins knocked down in every frame, what would you call that?
If they got 10 pins knocked down, if they both teams got it,
Yeah,
I would call that remarkable.
I love it. Nice in the pocket there, pick it up for Daniel Elias.
Oh,
there.
yeah. And here comes Ryan Smith.
Ooh, bad
Just a
break.
little bit high. Now Ryan will give this. He'll give this a run. He'll give this a run for his money. Now Ryan has a high game of 264 as well. As Chris puts 10 back to double up with a nice high series of 699, and that's an average of 233 a game. That's pretty good. All right, Ryan gets the wood. Trey Rico averaging 199 coming into today. That was a nice shot there. Let's that rip.
Now Zach trying to work off his strike. Oh, can't get those 2 corner pins to go down.
It's a good shot though.
Here's the replay.
Andrew's up. He's looking to get a double.
Just splits the pins there, it looks like.
Ball went right through. He looks like he's a little bit confused. That ball just doesn't read the lane. He'll give us a run. Z-Man Dorner made his spare. No surprise there. As I said, he's an excellent spare shooter. And Andrew tries to rifle those pins together, but no luck. He's going to have to make some kind of adjustment here. He will. He'll figure it out. And here comes... Oh, and I told you Brighton was going to make an adjustment. And he did, but it may have been an over-adjustment, Stevie.
Yeah, he went from hitting decently well to got only 5 pins there.
Yeah, and
D-Rob gets the strike again, and that's 5 in a row.
making it look easy. He's making it look easy. That's what he does. That's what he does.
Memorial up about 70 pins in this game so far. Freehold does need some help.
Yeah, we're about halfway through. And,
The second game. Joe's up here, looking to improve off his strike.
Joseph Dominguez and Andrew Klein they're battling for a high average in the conference right now. Andrew's at a 228. Joseph's in second with a 225. Oh, and he was looking to double up there. So they're competitors, Steve. So I promise you, they're watching each other. They know what they're doing. You know, they want to win that individual trophy as well as the team trophy.
Yeah. That's always nice to put on your trophy wall.
Oh, yeah.
Most points in a season, individual trophy, and then you got your state championship behind it. Very, very nice two accomplishments to have.
That would be a dream season for sure.
And he picks it up very, very easily.
No problem for Joseph. He can do that in his sleep. They're scratching their heads a little bit on the transition of this oil, Stevie. Robert's doing okay here. Good. Looks like a good shot off his hand.
Oh, that pin just goes up and over that 7th pin.
Wow.
We could get a replay of that one. Let's see. As Daniel Elias gets a strike.
Here's the replay, and
watch this pin just up and over.
That's the head pin. That is just a bad break, man. Holy cow.
If it would have been 2 inches down, that's a strike.
Absolutely. That pin should not have been there. Should not have stood up. But he covers it like a pro. I mean, that's what you got to do.
Ooh.
And
it wiggles, but it wouldn't go down. As you see, there's the replay. Just look at it. Yeah, just. What would you say is the easiest game to play on? Game 1, 2, or 3 with the oil? Would you say is like probably game 1 with the fresh oil?
Yeah, I would. That's a great question. On a house condition, which these boys and girls are bowling on, I would absolutely say the fresh oil the first game would be. Right, because you don't have balls going down there, transitioning it like you do starting the second game. And it also depends on volume of oil and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in general, Stevie, me personally, I like bowling on the fresh stuff. So, and most bowlers do too, I believe.
And it's easier to get a more feel because the oil's not changing that much.
Correct.
As Trey Arico there gets a strike again to push Memorial further in the lead. As Andrew gets that strike.
Stuns that 5-pin, then it goes down. Zach Dorner. Just a little high. He'll run this down, no problem. Gianna Massey, Gianna D'Ambrosio, the bowler right next to him, left the same exact spare as Zach Dorner.
Oh, Daniel Robertson working. He had 5 straight strikes trying to get the 6 and just couldn't get that corner pin and tick down.
And Zach Dorner makes his spare, picks that up.
Oh, just so close. And that's a good spare pick up there for Zach.
Gianna D'Ambrosio makes her spare. D-Rob picks up that 10-pin. Dan Robertson's 220 on the year as well. Brighton boys cut up light now. If you remember the last couple frames prior to that, he was going high or crossing on that head pin. So he's made the adjustment, but seems like he's getting a little bit of what we call over-under. Sometimes that ball will grab too soon and hook too much. Other times it's going to go too long, like in this case here, and not quite get to that pocket. So I'll tell you, if I were his coach, I would probably put him in a ball that has a little bit of surface on it to smooth out the pattern for him.
I see.
Because right now he's throwing a shiny ball. So that ball is designed to kind of skid and then hook. Oh, and that is just terrible.
I think the ball skidded past that pin and just wouldn't knock down for him.
It did. It did. You've got two ways for that 8-pin to go down. One is to have the 5-pin knock into it. The other one is for the ball to drive through and touch it. In this case, unfortunately, that 5-pin got chopped right back, and the ball just didn't want to get to the left that half-inch more. I don't know if they're going to give us a replay on it. Nope, we missed that replay. Here comes Mr. Elias and Mr. Havens. Danny's working on a 5-bagger. Mr. Havens got a nice clean game going, and he almost throws a pin at that 10-pin. Very nice shot.
His same exact shot as last time. Daniel Elias gets another strike.
Yes, he does, and he almost got the same unfortunate break that Rob Havens got earlier. If you watch that 7-pin, very slow to go.
Yes.
Right? Almost the same unfortunate break as Rob Havens picks up his 10-pin. And like I said, here comes Robert Havens. That last game that he bowled, he had a couple of bad breaks. I told you he'd be coming back. All right. Mr. Chris Steppick, just a little light. And
Ryan gets the strike.
Yes, he did. So, do you remember what this sleeve is called, Stevie?
A Woodstock?
Double wood.
Double wood.
You were close. You had the wood in there. That's a good thing.
Oh, Chris fell there. He
oh, no.
He's
all
right,
okay?
Though.
He's smiling. He's smiling.
He probably went a little too far on that oil and whoop.
I think it's me because last year when I was just going to ask you for that. I think it's me because Stevie, you don't know this. Oh, maybe you do. Last year when I did a match, D-Rob did the same thing.
Dang.
He fell over the line. We did have a replay on that one though. We got that one in slow-mo.
As Trey Rico picks up another strike. That's 4 in a row for Trey there. Great strike there.
There's no doubt about that one. Here comes Z-Man.
Oh,
that's a terrible break. That's a terrible
He had the
break.
right speed and right pattern for everything, but just the chop.
Yes, sir. Boy, Andrew's really struggling with this oil pattern here.
He's throwing more straight. It looks like the ball Andrew's throwing is going more and more straight.
Yeah, what he's trying to do is he's trying to take the lane out of play, and he is trying to go harder and straighter because he's seeing some over-under too. If you remember in the 5th frame on that lane, he missed a head pin to the right.
Yeah.
Remember that ball went? So he tried to make a move on it. And Brighton, he figures out the shot now.
Brighton desperately needed that one. He was at 71. That would definitely help him in the later down the line in the frame.
Absolutely, absolutely. You gotta start these strings somewhere, and it's one at a time. You can't throw 3 or 4 in a row. You can only throw one. Right?
Oh, that's a beautiful strike there for Joe.
That was a no-doubter.
As D-Rob here looking to go as well. And he picks up that strike.
It was like he was taking notes from Joseph Dominguez on that one, huh?
Probably. That one made a very nice sound that you knew it was going to be a strike. Both of them, Joe and Dan, their noises were like, yeah, that's a strike.
No argument here. And there comes Rob.
Rob needed that too. He's been doing very well, getting the spares. And, Danny there to keep the strike streak alive.
Here we go. Let's watch that.
That's
First
the first
Rob
strike.
Havens. Now here comes Danny.
And
he throws that messenger.
pin.
Watch that head pin.
Comes right over.
See ya!
Wait, there it is.
Boom. Not today, 9-pin, not today. Here comes Chris Steppett, stayed on his feet and gets a strike.
Yes. Good things happen when you stand on your feet.
Good
next
job.
to Chris Steppett's dad right there. He's laughing with us.
All right, good comeback, good comeback. We'll see if Trey Rico can make it 5. He's taking a breath here. Nice steady shot. Ooh. Little high there, little high. They got soft on the speed on that one a little bit, I think. Ryan Smith with a tough conversion here. Oh, just missed left. All right, he'll shake that off.
Trey picks up that spare. Very well done.
No, Andrew Klein's up. Oh, here goes Z-Man first, and then gets 10.
Right. Andrew Klein. Oh, just can't seem to find out his shot right now.
Yeah, Steve, you're exactly right. He's playing all different parts of the lane. I can see he's got different speeds going. Just can't figure it out right now.
He threw that ball at 18 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
Now this should be a relatively easy pickup here for Andrew.
Yeah, he should have no problem with this. There it is. And here comes Brighton. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row. He's throwing the ball very well today. And there he goes. He found his spot. There's no
D-Rob gets another strike there. Both Daniels are playing really very well this match, I should say. Both of them have nearly a strike in almost every frame of both games so far.
Yeah, it's got to be the name.
Maybe, yeah.
Here comes Joseph Dominguez again. See if he can double it up. That's a nice, pure shot. And what happened there, Stevie?
Strike!
Yes, sir.
And there's the beautiful replay. Looks, Memorial is up almost by 150 pins here in this second game. Freehold is gonna have to dig out of the trenches, especially going into that third game.
Yeah, they're running out of time on this game here.
As Daniel Elias hits him with our 8th strike in a row, baby.
Yeah, they're Jackson Memorial right now has their foot on the gas pedal, and
they're not letting go.
No, they're not letting up. But to Freehold's credit, man, they are driving every frame here. They're not giving anything away. Chris Steppett, a little high there, a little high. I think he missed left on that one.
It looks like it's kind of changed. The right lane has been the better lane so far this game. The first game, we were always saying that left lane was helping out bowlers out a lot. Now I think it's kind of reversed to that right lane.
That's a good observation there, Stevie. Very good. But they are definitely playing different, the two lanes. That should be pretty good.
Oh!
That one didn't want to climb the hill on him. It's a pretty good shot, though. Mr. Steppett runs that down, no problem. Covers both pins with the ball. Zach Dorner. With his specialty. Oh, no. That's a bad break. That's a bad break.
There's no Trey Rico up here. Just leaves that 8th pin up, it looks like. Ninth?
That one's the
Ninth
9th pin,
pin.
Stevie. That one's the 9th pin. So what happens on that, and we just saw the replay, is the ball is supposed to take the 9th pin out. But with the surface of these lanes right now and these very strong, aggressive balls, sometimes it keeps going and you don't get any deflection at all. And it goes right past that 9th pin to the left. So he'll need to make a little adjustment off of that.
And right there for Andrew,
he gets
which
a little
he desperately
break there.
needed there.
Yeah, he did.
Especially for his confidence.
Yeah, that was not exactly what he was looking for, but he'll take it. D-Rob is stepping up as Brighton's going to run these 2 pins down without any problem. D-Rob is going to say to Andrew, let me show you how it's done. He said, that's how you get 10 back.
As Andrew Klein is he's laughing with us.
I think he's yelling at his father. I think I'm in trouble for something. I don't know what I did, but.
Taking another look at that. There's the scoreboard. Memorial is up by 170 pins in this game too.
Yeah, so at this point, I think
nearly 300 pins on the game.
Yeah, at this point, Freehold's just gonna try to stay clean, throw some clean shots, make sure they're lined up for the next game. And then they're gonna, like I said, they're not going anywhere. They're gonna give them a run for their money the last game. Robert Haven's trying to keep his clean game alive here.
Oh! Still has the opportunity to pick up the spare.
Yes.
Daniel Elias going for a strike. Still has the opportunity to pick up the spare.
Yeah, I think he slowed down a little bit on that one, Stevie. That's why that went a little high. Robert should have no problem making this one. And there it is. He's got a clean game under his belt, no matter what he does on his fill ball.
So does Daniel.
Daniel made that one come back to keep it clean. Excellent bowling by both these bowlers.
Daniel gets a strike here. He could shoot a 257.
Actually 267.
267?
Yep. Because remember, you got to count those 10 that aren't counted yet, right?
Yes.
That's what we talked about earlier. Yep. And then Robert, all right.
He's going to end up
He's got a
with
203. So, nice clean game. That's what we call a grinder game, right? He kept clean, didn't get a big run of strikes, but still shot 200. So that's impressive. That's good stuff. As we watch Chris Steppett come up. Chris Steppett, our senior, one of our other seniors. He's got a high game of 300 as well.
Gets the strike that he needed. He can, what?
Chris could strike out for 194.
94?
Yep.
It's like I'm trying to do math in my head right now.
Very, very respectable.
I believe he's averaging like a 210, 200, I think.
Chris is, I think he's right around the 200 mark. Yep.
Oh.
Let's see if I could put our people on that.
Good pick up there for Ryan.
Yeah, Chris Steppett's right at 201 coming in today's match. So anything over that 200 mark is impressive. Definitely one of the top bowlers in the house. And he picks that up, no problem.
And he never picked up a bowling ball until freshman year, so he's done a lot of work to get where he is today.
Absolutely. I mean, to have a 300 game under your belt with less than 2 years of bowling, that's saying something.
And 1 year was COVID.
And 1 year was COVID.
COVID, too.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a hard worker.
That's why we love him. As Trey Rico there gets a strike.
Now Trey, he's our sophomore. And here comes, yes!
Zach gets a strike as well.
There we go. Zach's gonna try to strike out for a 181 game.
Oh, Trey. Just couldn't get it.
He left that same one over on lane 29, if you remember.
Yes, the
And
ninth
Zach throws that. Oh!
Did you get it?
What a shot!
Yes, he did. He got the strike again.
He threw that 5 pin into that 7 pin. He gave it the business. One more, and he'll finish with a 181 as Trey wraps it up with a nice 204 game. Andrew Klein stays in that shot, nice.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's it. He's got to strike out for 203. So here comes Zach. Zach with a nice finish. Finishes it up with a 181.
Especially after those couple last frames, if he could finish with a 203 for Andrew.
Short thing.
Because he couldn't feel out the frames before, so I think now he's got his groove.
Oh, and that one just didn't want to fall.
That did help him out though, so now he's not working with a split anymore. He can just nicely pick it up to have an extra pin.
Yep, nice little break there. And here comes Brighton.
Oh, the two top tens wouldn't want to fall for him. Still wiggling, that's it.
Very good shot though. He's grinding along with everybody else. Aside from the Daniels have figured this out.
Daniels, woo, 266 for Daniel Elias, and D-Rob can shoot what? If he strikes out,
he'll be at 279.
279, woof.
Yes, sir. He's just focused on this one shot, though.
Yeah,
these athletes, they don't think more than one frame ahead. You can't. He only controls this shot here, and he breaks it up. All right, still very good game. Brighton's going to attempt this 3-5, sorry.
Got it.
How are you?
D-Rob hits the spare, and he gets one more fill ball.
He made that interesting, though.
He kept it clean, as you would say.
Kept it clean. Yep, another clean game. If you're not throwing a strike, you want to pick up those spares. You miss those spares, you're giving away 11 pins at the minimum a frame. That's a lot of pins.
Yeah. Freehold, and right now especially, Freehold's down 220 in this game. They can't be throwing away pins like that. As D-Rob gets the strike to end it off. Very well done. 257 on the day for the second game, I should say. And Memorial has just crossed the 2,000s in total pins today.
Yeah, they just shot 1103 this game. That's a real high number.
And you said like 900 to 10,000 to 1,000 is about par?
1,000's is par. That's an average of 200. So they averaged 220 a bowler this game.
That's crazy.
That's a pretty big game. So Joseph's going to wrap this up here.
Gianna for Freehold.
I just
Ball
got
hit the gutter and then went outside the gutter to get that strike. Ooh.
I just got news. Our JV bowler, Lucas Nelson, just shot a nice 213 game for Jackson Memorial. He found his shirt too. It's always a positive. Nice bowling, Lucas. He's working his way up to varsity.
If you guys are just turning in, you've missed a good one so far. Make sure you keep watching and then rewatch the first 2 games as we're entering the 3rd game. Memorial versus Freehold. Memorial about up by 300 pins, I want to say, on the total a day. I want to say about 300.
It's about 300, but again, you have to remember, they're not bowling for what we call total wood. It's just each individual game. So they're bowling for 3.
Yep.
They're bowling for 3 points. So those 300 pins don't mean anything this game.
Yep.
We start over, right?
Of course.
So that's the good news for Freehold. And trust me, they know that. And they are going to make a game of this 3rd game. I saw them making some adjustments as we go. Brighton looked like he was finding his way. Zach finished strong with a 300. I'm sorry, with 3 strikes in a row. And they're on their way. They're on their way to making a run at this.
Looking like Memorial's changing some things up. It looks like Matthew Harney's in at number 1 right now. I don't know yet.
It looks like Matt's taking some warm-up shots.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, and then we'll see where Coach slides him into the position here. I'm not quite sure who's coming out. So what Matt's doing right now is he's just trying to get a feel for the lanes. What kind of reaction is he getting with his ball so he can make moves as well?
It looks like Chris Steppett will be dropped down to JV and Matt Harney will be bumped up to varsity. That's what it's looking like here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach Gibson just came by and gave us the update on the lineup. So we have Mr. Matt Harney
bowling
coming
second
in
now.
Yes, sir.
Which is always nice. You always like to see. You like to see some new. I think Coach is probably trying to get Matt some reps on varsity because he's like, we're doing very well. Let's get some of the JV guys on varsity to try to get some good feels on the different lanes.
They always try to rotate around. Jackson Memorial has a very deep bench, so they have a lot of interchangeable pieces. They're very fortunate, and more than fortunate, like I said earlier, Coach Gibson really works hard on his program. So he's built a real nice team.
Yes.
So it looks like we're about to start the 3rd game. And a good shot to start out with, Stevie.
Yes.
A little bit high.
Daniel Elias starts out with a strike again. He's trying, as he's saying, let's go, let's go. Rob here to pick up the spare. And gets it nicely.
No problem. No problem for Rob Havens. All right, Ryan Smith. He's up and at him again. Oh, here comes Matt Harney. He comes in off the bench, throws a great shot, and just leaves a stone 9-pin. That ball was just driving a little too hard to clip that 9. See it drive right by on the replay. Ryan Smith says, hit him thin and watch him spin.
I like it.
That's it.
Gianna Massey there with a beautiful strike, working on a double there for the girls.
Gianna Massey, one of the top girl bowlers in the state as well. She's also a senior. She's having a great year as well. Here comes Zach Dorner. He lets it fly. Looks pretty good. And just a really bad break.
It's looking like that back row isn't not falling for a lot of these bowlers.
Yeah. You know what they say, Stevie. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you get that break, sometimes you don't. And the important thing is to make the spare, like we said earlier. And no problem for Zach. Like I said, he's an excellent spare shooter.
As Trey going to pick up the spare, but just misses it and only gets one. That's a spare he should have had there.
Oh, that's a good old chop. And here comes Brighton boys. That looks like a great shot, and oh no! A 9-pin. That is just a terrible break.
Ooh,
wow, and Andrew goes through the nose, and you know, he got 4 pins, so you know what they say in golf. 4. He got 4. All right, bad joke.
I got you. He's probably going to go for count here, try to go for the 6 pins, I would say.
He might slide that over. Okay.
He did have the opportunity to slide a pin over, but then his coach is giving his son a little bit fatherly advice there. Respect it. Oh, he tried, definitely.
Gave it a little bit of a run. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
D-Rob gets a strike. As now Joe trying to get the strike as well. And yes, he does.
He tickles them, and they go down. So that's a nice frame for Freehold. Clean frame, 2 strikes, 3 9 spares. They're up early in the match.
Up by 3 pins. As Daniel Elias gets another strike.
He slaps that 10-pin out. You see that, Stevie?
Yeah. Rob here working to pick up the spare. And he picks that up, no problem.
Rob's had a great run since the first frame of the second game. He hasn't had an open frame. And here comes Matt Harning. Nice steady head. And throws the messenger at the 10, but he misses it. And cross shot there. And he gets 9 on that. So this is not going to be a problem for Ryan.
Ryan and Matt should both easily pick up these spares here.
Ryan was a winner of the County Adult Youth Tournament earlier in the year with his partner. So that's a nice accomplishment. And no problem on a 5-pin. Trey Rico. High set of 743. Lets that rip and
strike.
That's what I like to hear. And Zachary Dorner. Almost.
He's trying.
Yeah, he got a 9 count on that one. He's keeping the ball in play, Stevie. Here comes Andrew. Andrew, I saw, went to his bag. He's making a ball change.
As I saw you were saying, maybe shift to the left a little bit for him, you were saying?
A little bit, yeah. The lanes are really starting to break down, so we got it. You see he went more left.
And that's how the way it works. You go left, you get strikes. And Zach picks up that spare very nice and easily there.
Zach is the spare shooting king. Good work, Zach. And here comes Brighton. Brighton's going to try to get that strike train going.
As Andrew is.
Andrew was a little upset about his first frame, but he came back strong the second frame. It's all part of the game. D-Rob on lane 29.
Working off the strike to get a double, maybe. Yes, he does for the strike.
Making it look easy today. Making
Both
it look
Dans
easy.
are. Both Dans are.
Yeah, it's got to be the name.
I give so much credit to you guys. I'm a chess player. I like to see my chessboard and do all that stuff and work in the mind.
I'll tell you what, this is kind of like a chess game too. Once you get into it.
Yeah.
So
you gotta calculate things. Yeah, too. Yes,
yeah.
I could definitely. Oh, right there, nearly went with the ball, but he saved himself at the last moment.
He tried to pull a Chris Steppett.
Yes.
There comes Brighton. And no problem. Something happened on that approach where he wanted to stop.
Yep.
So, which is smart to do. A lot of people will just keep going, and then they'll throw a bad shot because something distracted them, right? He stopped, reset himself, gathered himself, made the spare. No problem.
Yep. As long as the ball doesn't cross that line, you could stop and redo, correct?
Hey, as long as it doesn't exit your hands, right? Even if you walk across the line, the ball is still in your hand, it's not a foul.
I see. Joe
Joseph moved left, too.
And he gets the strike. Joe, Dan, and Dan all have doubles in this game so far.
And right now, Freehold is up by 20 pins, taking that early lead, extending it a little bit.
Rob up here.
Cut across, and it does. Pulled that one a little bit left, Stevie, but he got away with it.
Yes, he did. As Daniel Elias is going for his turkey, and yes, he gets the turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel and Andrew doing their little handshake. Celebration towards handshake. Ryan up here trying to work off his spare. Oh, he just can't get that 8-pin to knock down.
Matt Harney
picks up a nice strike.
There comes Ryan Smith. He's going to shoot at that 9-pin. And that's no problem for Ryan Smith. Here comes Mr. Rob Havens. He's coming over to say hi to the booth. Robbie having a nice second and third game, right? Keeping it clean, right? All right. Keep working. Keep working, buddy. Zach went a little high on that.
And he split the pins. Girls there a little over halfway through their third game. They're up by about 300, which is a little hard to do because they are down 2 people, but.
Yeah, and you look at Gianna Massey's score. She's got a strike spare, and then the next 4
strikes.
Yeah, she's up now, so we'll keep you posted on that.
As Andrew gets his double strike of the game. Actually, not that. Yeah.
He was excited about that one too,
yes,
Stevie. He was really excited. Came back smiling, pumping his fist.
So I think he kind of, all right, I figured this out now, and then now it's time to just dial in and keep bowling good.
Could be, could be. Let's see what Gianna does on the girls' side.
She's going to be going now on lane 26, it looks like. Lane 27, my apology.
Back. Gianna throws the ball. Looks good.
And that's a strike.
Wow. She's got a game going.
As Bright look to pick up the pin. Yes, he does.
No problem for Brighton. Oh, Gianna on Freehold. She leaves a solid 10 pin. Joseph Dominguez up on lane 29. As mentioned, he won the Junior Gold Championship in 2018. He's got a high series of 824 too, which is really impressive. That's a high number.
That's the way for a Freehold to need. Gets 9 down.
It's 9. It's a nice shot. Bit of a bad break there. The highest 3-game set you can bowl is a 900, right? And that's been done probably a dozen, maybe 2 dozen times. But 824, what is that? 76 pins? Sorry, 66 pins, less than perfection off all 3 games. That's pretty good.
874, you said?
It's 824 for Joseph, his high series, right? Oh, 824. So, yeah, so 76 pins.
Yes.
Yep. All right, there goes Mr. Saflis. Good seeing you, buddy. He stopped by the booth to say hi. All right, Bryce. See you, buddy.
Dan, unfortunately, did not get the good break on that, and his strike streak stops there. But Ryan also gets a bad break like that as well, and shooting for spare now.
Yeah, they both threw pretty much the same shot, went high.
Daniel Elias picks that up, no problem.
Ryan Smith with his 264 high game, 699 high set.
Just missed.
Just missed it. Just a little bit to the left. He's upset, but that's okay. That's okay. He'll get it back next frame. That's what we have to do in this game. Reset our head. Start over. Matt Harney goes a little high. Zach Dorner. The Z-man's up. That looks good. That looks good, and it is good, and he slaps it out. Got a little smile from Z-Man. He's happy about that kick out of the 7-pin. Matt Harney going after his 2, and he gets it. Keeping an eye on the girls over there.
Presley just hit a strike.
We're bowling real good. Trey Rico's up. Nice clean shot.
And gets the strike.
Brighton looking to get on the strike train here. I have no doubt he's going to throw a nice clean shot off his hand. And he does. Let's see. Just a little high. Got that one out a little further than he wanted to, I think. Maybe pulled that one in a little bit. It just seems to be struggling a little bit on lane 29. Lane 30 is playing a little better for him. Brighton's going to probably pick up his spare ball here, the one that doesn't hook. Although, no, he's going with the strike ball.
He's more of a lefty, so it might make more sense for him. Oh, couldn't get it up enough.
All right. It's a good effort. And to update you on Gianna Masse from Jackson Memorial, she just left a solid 10-pin. Threw a great shot. Still has a good game going. She's got 159 in the 6th. 179 in the 7th if she makes this, and
Oh.
she just falls off the edge. So she's got 187 in the 8th. Still potential 247. As D-Rob and Joseph Dominguez come up, D-Rob says no problem.
That's no problem for me because that's a strike.
Dominguez tried to match him.
And just leaves those 3 side pins up.
Yeah, a little high with that.
Trying to pick up the spare here. And he does.
No problem. No problem for Joseph Dominguez. One of the best in the state. Here comes Robert Havens, working on a double.
As I see some Freehold Township JV players watching us on the stream, giving us some thumbs ups for the good job we're doing here.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Gets the strike. That's what he needed there.
He kept it going. There goes Danny Elias.
Ooh.
Looking for the cross hit. Not his best shot of the day. He'll recover, though.
Still, very, very good opportunity here to pick up a spare.
Yeah, this should be no problem for Danny. And Ryan Smith, he goes a little high. Leaving the 3-6-10. Elias converts.
We are entering the halfway mark through this 3rd and final game. Jackson Memorial up by 4 pins in this 3rd game.
Yeah, we got a barn burner here now. It's a close game. Ryan picks that up, no problem. Got Matt Harney. He's going to leak that out to the right a little bit. He leaves the fence. 1, 2, 4. And here comes Zach Dorner. Comes up light.
That's only 5 pins there for him.
Yeah, we call that a half a loaf.
I get it because there's 10 pins. Half a loaf
There
is
you
5.
go. Nothing gets by you.
I get it. Matt looking to pick up the spare. Yes, he does. As he, is that pin gonna go down? Is that pin gonna go down? No, it's not.
Z-Man was praying for that one.
Let's take a look at that replay if we got it.
He went down on one knee. Good shot by Trey. He fell off balance a little bit there. Looks like he's stuck. Here comes Brighton Boyce.
Taking a look at the little scoreboard here.
That's a good shot.
That's the way we do it, Bright. Gets the strike.
That's a beautiful ball. He really throws a nice ball.
And he throws a 2-hand, so he can curve it, he can put as much power on it, he can do whatever he wants with that ball.
Yeah, as we talked about before, he can gain a lot of leverage by throwing with those 2 hands. And Bryce is actually unique. He's one 2-hander that actually drills a thumb hole, puts his thumb in the ball. Most 2-handers, they keep that thumb out.
I see.
But Bryce is, and I love the idea of him putting his thumb in the ball.
And strike there. That's what Freehold needed. 2 strikes in a row. But Andrew responds very close back for the strike again.
Yeah, we got a good match going here.
That's
at the moment. Jackson Memorial's only up by 10. They do have one more bowler left in the 5th frame, though, so it's going to go up.
Let's see what D-Rob can do here for Memorial. He's on 5 strikes right now.
Got a nice crowd behind him.
That's the way he does it.
He's
Strike.
him. He's him.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah. Give it.
All right, Rob Havens looking to extend his turkey.
Ooh.
All right.
Bad break there.
Danny Elias comes up light. Rob Havens, nice little run there. He'll go after the 2 pins here. He'll get the wood in a close match.
Taking another
Danny,
look at
you can
there.
see him coming up a little light there, Stevie. Maybe got a little fast, perhaps.
Ooh, very close to beginning that spare. And he picks up the spare very nicely. Oh, that one's right in the edge there, but he rides long enough to get the strike for Ryan.
Beautiful shot for Ryan. Beautiful shot.
And Harney here looking to improve on his 65. Yes, he does with a strike. And Zach
Dorner.
Strike.
He puts 10 back.
So they needed. Freehold needs to keep matching or doing better than Memorial in this game here.
They're making a game out of this, that's for sure.
Only down by 20 pins. And Rico puts that up by 30.
We'll have none of that.
He's like, yeah, I want that lead to be bigger now.
We'll see what Bryce Boynton has to say about it, though. Oh, that was a good shot, I thought, off his hand. I think he's going through the same transition issues as the right-handers are.
Andrew Klein gets a strike again. That's a nice shot there by Bright.
Just a little light,
Presley on the girls' side shooting the 10 frame. Doesn't get it, unfortunately. And she's going to end up with a 156, 182 on the day.
182, very nice.
And Bright splits the difference. Let's get a replay on that one. Splits the difference.
There we go.
Splits it and gets the spare.
I like splitting the difference. I like that. Yeah.
But D-Rob said, I'm going to get you another strike, Jackson Memorial. In the 6th frame.
D-Rob halfway home from perfection. Here comes Joseph Dominguez looking to double up. Ooh. Oh, that right lane is brutal.
It switched back again to the left lane being the better lane.
Yeah, it's giving the bowlers fits. Giving them fits, Stevie.
The bowlers can't seem to find, like, they get a nice groove going in the second game, then they switch over, they're like, oh, we got to switch again.
Now here comes the great Johnny Petraglia, senior. Good to see you, sir.
Good ball there. Let's pick up the strike for Dan, for Joe. And now we're in the 7th frame. Just right before we start this frame, I'd like to do a little shout out to the JTV crew, Mr. Noble, Dylan, and Keith in the bus doing all the bus technical stuff. Mina and Kyla out here on our wonderful camera work. And Mia and Mr. Dave on our wonderful commentating of this game. Just a little shout out to the JTV crew.
Yeah, they do an incredible job, man. It's this is I think my 3rd time doing this, and I mean it's really impressive what you guys put together.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys asking me to help you out.
Anytime. Thank you. You're making me mounts sound more intelligent because now I'm asking the more intelligent questions about bowling.
No, you're doing a great job. Absolutely. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Went for count there for Danny Elias and got the 2 pins.
Go Ryan Smith. All right. Broke that one up. Anytime you go high, Stevie, that's all you can ask is try to break it up. We don't want to leave a split out there.
Because 2 pins next to each other is much easier to pick up than a split.
Oh, yeah.
As Matt Harney gets a strike, and that's his double. First double of his game today.
It's hard coming off the bench sometimes, you know, coming in cold a little bit. You know how the lanes are playing, but he's doing a great job.
I would definitely got to say, ooh, gutter ball there for Ryan. That did not help him. Memorial has been able to move on the fly, especially this match, a lot. As Andrew Klein gets that's Trey Rico gets a strike there.
Andrew can't get that many revs on the ball.
You're his father, so you're allowed to say that.
Not really. I'll hear about it later. Here comes Andrew now.
Zach gets the strike, and Andrew's up. And now Andrew gets the strike.
Back in Z-Man is on the board with a double, too. Let's go. That's what I love to see.
There's Z-Man's shot. There's Andrew's shot.
Beautiful. Back-to-back strikes.
And right.
Oh, just a little light. Just a little light. We're getting some feedback from our fans over here.
Feedback's always good. Oh, come on. Oh, he was close.
D-Rob's runs ends at 6, but it was a good shot.
Very close for D-Rob. 6 frames of perfection.
Let's see if Brighton can make a run here. And that was a really good try.
Nearly made that one.
Couldn't get much closer without making it.
And it looks like the varsity girls match has ended, and here's the replay of the split attempt. Just
missed.
Nearly.
And D-Rob showing he can also make spares and not only throw strikes.
Strikes, yes. And for the varsity girls team, it looks like Memorial took home the win. They scored over 2,500 pins knocked down to Freehold 1,300. Well done, both. Well done, girls. Now hopefully the boys can do the same thing here. Danny Elias trying to feel out the lanes. Holds it a little high, you would say?
Danny Elias, he came up real light. He didn't make it back to the head pin.
As Rob should easily pick up that spare, and yes, he does.
There's Mr. Robertson saying hi to the booth. How are you, sir? Danny Elias going for the spare.
And just leaves one on the pin.
He chops it. Some good scores over on the girls' side. Gianna Masse leading the way with a 6:29 series. You've got Gianna D'Ambrosio with a nice 5:45. I guess the name over there is Gianna.
Yeah.
Over here it's
Danny.
Danny. And the girls' side is Gianna. You're fine.
Matt Harney leaves one up on there. And big man Zach.
All right. He breaks up the split. Showing a little motion there. It's okay. He'll make this. Zach's an excellent spare shooter, as I said earlier.
Looking for his ball. He can't find his ball. Zach there. Oh, Matt couldn't find his ball.
Kind of hard the ball without a bowling ball.
Yeah. It's like kind of hard to play baseball without a bat.
Absolutely.
Looks like the ball jam looks to be stuck. Oh, they're clear. They got a lot of bowls on that bowling lane.
Too many bowling balls up there. That ball better hold.
Oh! Just curved too much to the left. Couldn't get the head pin. And now Matt Harney should be very easy to pick that one up. Yes, he does. Chris Steppett now back not bowling, but he is supporting his team. JV must have finished as well.
Yeah, it's always good to see the boys supporting each other, whether they're in the match or not. And Brighton puts 10 back.
That's what Freehold needed bad there.
He punished those pins.
But Trey answers right back and said, not today. There's Brighton's strike, and then there's Trey Rico's strike.
That's back-to-back jacks that you can't do much better.
Memorial up by 88 pins. This is a bar birder, ladies and gentlemen.
And throwing a pin over. Just can't get it to roll.
And there, Andrew has found his game so far for these last couple frames.
You know what they call a four-bagger?
What?
A ham bone.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it.
They got a ham bone up there.
Got it.
No problem.
Going into the 9th frame right after this final shot from Danny. And he gets a strike again.
Danny has multiple 300s, and you can see why. He's got a high set of 816 as well. Anything over 800 in bowling, 3-game set, phenomenal. They're over at about averaging about 268 per game. That's a lot of strikes.
Crazy.
Yes.
I see some of these scores, people having like the 3rd and 4th frame. That would take me about like 7 frames to get them out.
Wow.
Oh, Danny can't get that 10 pin just to knock down. For the last couple shots, Danny just couldn't find the 10 pin.
Danny Elias, he's got a high game of 288, high series 740. Ryan Smith throws a nice ball. Unluckily leaves a 4-pin though. Danny tracks that 10-pin down, no problem.
Ryan's trying to knock down that 8-pin, it looks like, or 7. I think it's the 8th.
Ryan actually has a 4-pin up.
4.
Yeah. Well, you were close. It was right in between the two of them.
And he knocks the 4-pin right down. Middle of the 8th frame here, 9th frame. Good hit there by Matt, but he does have a split. He's going to have to live with that one.
And here comes Zachary. Oh, man, there was no doubt about that one, Steve. That was 10 back. That was 10 back.
And he cuts Memorial's lead down to 94. Matt could help his team very well if he could pick up the spare here.
Also known as the baby split.
Oh. I think he just curved it the wrong way there. Bright here trying to do something to help out his team.
Oh, and he mixes them up. He doubles.
See you, Coach Van. Good win today.
Thank you, Coach. Good bowling. So Bryce gets the light mixer.
Trey Rico gets another strike. That's his 4th strike in a row. Hand bone.
Oh, you're a fast learner. Joseph Dominguez way left on that.
But he gets a strike.
10 back. Andrew made a move left, but he goes high. That ends his 4 in a row. He's going to be looking just to get 2 pins here. He throws it hard and straight. And he gave away 4 pins there, right?
Yes.
Because he was on a strike. Even though he missed 2, it equals 4.
Yeah.
Right? Because that strike counts as his 7 plus the next ball.
Yes.
So anytime you leave those kind of splits, you want to get the count. And D-Rob doesn't like it, but pretty good shot.
It's still spinning, it's still spinning. Oh, no more.
Yeah, he didn't like that one, Stevie, because he missed left a little bit, but he still almost got away with it. And he picks up the 4-pin. No problem.
We are entering the 10th and final frame here.
Danny Elias up on the approach. Let's see what he can do. Good ball.
Gets a strike. That's what they needed.
He can go punch out for 199. And here comes Rob Havens. That looks like a pretty good shot. Maybe cross.
Ooh. That other pin just wouldn't flip up.
He pulled that just a little bit. Sparing a strike could put him at 202. So still a very, very good game for Rob.
Oh, just missed.
Good effort.
Rob's going to end up with a 190. Gets a second strike in the 10th frame.
And here comes Ryan Smith. He's trying to finish strong. Nice release there.
And he gets a strike.
No problem. Very nice shot by Ryan Smith.
Danny Elias going to break 200 if he gets...
Nope. Best he can do is 199 at this point, which is still very respectable. He's going to finish with a 198. Yes. All right. And here comes Ryan Smith trying to double up for the Patriots. Looks good.
And that's what they needed bad there. Down by 116 pins. They need a couple of mistakes by Memorial here.
Yeah, they need to strike out and they need some help.
Memorial has got their foot on the gas and they can do whatever they want here. And that would certainly help Memorial out with a 9-pin there. Threw that ball at 19 miles an hour, Matt Harney.
And he is shooting that out of a cannon. There you go, Phil Ball. Nice 180 game by Ryan Smith.
That Harney here needs to, if he picks up this, he will get another fill ball. He'll get his fill ball. And he will get another shot.
So strike here, put him at 180. Zach's going for a double here. If that can hook.
Oh.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4.
I've seen a couple bowlers. What's that glove they wear on their wrist there? It's just to help them curve, basically?
It's to help them keep that wrist nice and straight so it doesn't bend or what we call break. If your wrist breaks in bowling, you're not going to get leverage on the bowling ball.
I see.
Just try to keep that hand behind the ball. Looks like he got this. No problem. So Zach, the Z-Man Dorner, if he strikes here, he'll finish with a 169. Trey Rico working on a ham bone. Looking to keep it going. He likes it.
And he gets it.
Oh.
Zach saved it from being gutter, but only gets about 4 pins there. 163, respectable game for Zach there.
Zach Dorner finished up strong. Zach also qualified for New Jersey Pepsi tournament already. High game of 264, high set of 699.
Oh no, the dreaded 7-10 split for Trey to ruin that strike.
Brighton looking smooth, but tough break. It's a nice smooth release though.
He's just gotta, it's a hit one, it hits both. You gotta hit one as hard as he can. No.
Got a hole for a bounce there. All right, now it's good bowling by Trey Rico.
To end up with 214 on the day.
Brighton boys, I love this young man's game. You're gonna hear of him for a long time.
Oh, Bright just missed it.
Showing us how much he can hook the ball.
As Andrew could use a strike here. Oh, just can't get that 8-pin down, 9-pin down.
Great shot. And here comes Joseph Dominguez trying to finish strong. Joe's going to finish with a 226 here, if he could get them all. But one at a time, here's his first one. Wow.
And he gets the first one.
Powerful.
As Andrew swipes that ball.
As the bowlers wait for their balls to come back, regain their focus. Andrew for his fill ball, and he gets 9. He shoots a 207.
Well done. Danny Robinson's already got a 209. If he gets strikes out, he got a 249?
259.
59.
You're getting there. You're getting it.
Because I didn't see the spare. He had a spare the previous frame.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You got to count those 10
Yes.
pins in there.
So Danny Robinson can, with the highest 259, if he can strike out.
Looks good off his hand. And
That's
there you
one.
go.
That is one.
Joseph Dominguez trying to fill it out here with 3 in a row, actually 4, and there it is. He puts his arms up in celebration.
226.
He said,
game.
let's go.
It's a good game.
226 from Mr. Joseph Dominguez. Danny Robertson looking for the double in the 10th. And what did he do?
He get a strike. Oh,
Yes, he
wow.
does.
Let's look at this. Look how close he was not. That pin saved his life. It
He
looks like
sent
the
the
head
messenger
pin.
over there. They whacked that 9 pin out of there.
That head pin just saved Danny Life's game right there.
So, with a strike here, he'll finish with a 259. And I know a really high set, too. I don't know what the number is, but I know it's up there.
And he does. Gets a strike. He was 2 strikes away from being perfect.
That's right. That's right.
That
Excellent bowling.
is the game.
That is the game.
As
Jackson
We're gonna
Memorial takes that one home with a 1054. Daniel Robinson high on the pair with a 731. Joseph Dominguez second with a 645. There's some really good shooting up there. Andrew Klein 624. Trey Rico 624. Daniel Elias 634. Rob Havens finished with a 537. Ryan Smith 527. Brighton Boyce 538. Excellent bowling.
Excellent bowling for the team today. I think we're gonna get a shot of us any second. I think, as I see the cameraman there, but I feel bad. The cameraman that's on it is. There we go.
There we go.
There we are. As we're gonna wrap it up here.
Oh,
We got
Brian,
some teammates
great
saying.
bowling, man. By Nicole. Good to
Yes.
see you guys.
Alrighty.
And peace out.
This has been JTV's Game of the Week. I'm Steve Ifantis.
I am Dave Klein Jr.
And we guys will see you on Wednesday for the Jackson Jackson Liberty boys basketball. See you guys then.
Peace.
Have a good day.